Hello. Today I am going to show you guys foundation routine and concealer. I feel like my friend Jen is here and I showed her how to apply her Limelight foundation. So whoop! I put some already in this region and here. So no foundation, and I'm a little dark under the eye today. I feel like I'm having a little bit of like a allergy issue or something. So I'm just gonna leave my eyes bare and show you guys how you can do your foundation. So sometimes the Limelight foundation can be a little bit tricky because most people have used just liquid and this is a cream base. So I love these brushes for their foundation and just rub it in there and it glides right on, and you can get these off of Amazon. These are not like super expensive. And I just apply that all over the face. I usually start in the middle, but I've already done that. I could just put some more on for you guys. Make sure you get under your jaw. You don't want to have like a crazy line right there. And I have this weird habit when I do my head, I like do this. I don't know why. Hey Maggie. I meant to share the link for these brushes. I will do that today. So here's a smaller one that I like to take on the eye. Now, if you want more coverage with your foundation, I feel like the Beauty Blender is better. This sort of does like a lighter layer. You can go back in and add another if you want to be more coverage, because this foundation is totally buildable. But if you use a Beauty Blender, mine's dirty. Wash your Beauty Blenders. It's more coverage. And I already had some on, but I'll just put some more on for you guys to see. Start in the middle of your face and dab it. And someone asked me about covering up. I feel like at this angle you can see better that I have like some dark circles. It's a little puffy. So I will focus a little more with my foundation under the eye. And then just work your way out. Pushing it into the skin, not wiping, but pushing in. And the Beauty Blender provides a little extra coverage. And you can dampen your Beauty Blender or leave it dry. It's gonna glide on a little bit easier if you just quickly get it damp and squeeze the water out. So I recommend for your foundation that you dampen it. Now, for extra under eye coverage, I could stop here, but if you have more dark underneath there, my favorite band too, Maggie, Need to Breathe. Take some, I'm waiting on my Limelight concealer to come in, so I have to use this. But this is a decent one. This is Urban Decay. It's good coverage. When you do your concealer, don't just go like this. A lot of people make that mistake. So go pull it down, because this is going to brighten up the whole eye area. And then push it into the skin. Don't wipe. And always use a concealer that is a lot lighter than your skin tone. That's the secret to covering up those dark black circles. So just see how much brighter that is. And I always use a beauty blender for concealer. If you don't have one, you can use your finger. But if you use your finger, just do the same thing. Push it into the skin, don't wipe it. Y'all can probably hear my kids downstairs. They're in the pool right behind you. And sometimes I like to do this. I'll just show you guys. Take your concealer, put it right in the middle down your face. This does a little light contour. Some people are darker on their mouth. You can put some concealer around the mouth area to lighten that up. You can also use darker concealer to highlight. I usually use bronzer to do a contour and define the face. Now I would take a translucent powder. This was something I thought about that I need to share with you guys. This is a good brush for around the eye. You need one that is more dense than one that is fluffy like this for covering up your dark circles and the puffiness around the eye. So use a translucent powder. Don't use a regular face powder with color in it, and a dense brush, and push it in. Don't swipe. Push it into the skin to set that concealer nicely and cover up those dark circles. Uh-oh. And a lot of times I like to do this brush and push it in right in the middle of the face, all the way down the middle. Then I'll use a fluffier one to set the rest of my foundation. And I feel like my foundation might be a little light right now because I have been in the sun a little bit. I have a little bit of a tan, but this is something I recommended to someone else about when you're buying foundation, especially online. Always err on the side of lighter than darker, because you can always, if you are out in the sun, you get a tan, you can always warm your face up with a bronzer. So, and there's a quadrillion different bronzers. This is one of my favorites. You can always warm your face up with a bronzer. And if you get a foundation that is too dark, there's really no going back from that. It's going to be weird. So err on the side of too light than too dark when you're picking a foundation, because you can always warm it up. And also, a lot of times our skin changes with the seasons. So if you buy a foundation in the summertime and you get a tan, usually we tend to get a little bit more pale come fall and winter. So you didn't waste your money. You have a lighter foundation already. So even if you buy one too light and you go ahead and buy another one that's dark enough, you can still use the lighter one when the season changes. So I always say err on the side of lighter than darker. And I find that a lot of people want to go darker instead of lighter because they don't want to look pale. They don't want to get one that's too light and look vampire-ish. But you can always warm up your skin with a bronzer. I was just going to leave it at my foundation and concealer routine, but real quick I'll just show you a big difference. That's my daughter. So see how my foundation might be a little light since I was outside for the 4th of July. I got a little bit of sun. And now we've warmed that up a little bit. If I had put on a foundation that was too dark, it would, you don't want your face darker than your body. If anything, you want your face to be lighter than your body. So there you have it, folks. I hope that helped you guys with picking foundation and how to cover up those dark circles. Just remember to use a lighter concealer. You might feel like, oh my gosh, this will not work because I'm putting like white on my face. But that's what you need to cover up the darkness. And please remember not to wipe, but to pat in. Pat in, pat in, pat in, pat in. When you set it, pat in, pat in. Don't wipe. And this is going to help it really cover up those imperfections. So there is my foundation concealer routine. I hope that was helpful. And you guys, please let me know if there's anything else you would like to see. Have a great day, dolls.